finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a little Thursday night edition action for you from the GOAT Racing League crew. We're going to give you the Next Gen Cup Series at Daytona International Speedway live here on PTM Racing TV. This is going to be one heck of a shootout. No Tuesday night broadcast, so they gave us a Thursday night, and they gave us something interesting with these Next Gen Cup cars. That's a go at it here at Daytona International Speedway. So let's take a look at our starting lineup today. We'll put them on the pole. In the number 38, it'll be Chad Coleman on the outside. In the number 5, it'll be Mac McMillan. Row number 2 in the 012, it is Aaron the Action Jackson. And the outside, number 3, Jeff Ryan. Row number 3 in the 41, Dakota Kramer. On the outside in the 99, it's Tommy Ryan. Row number 4 is the 91 of Wesley Donaldson. On the outside in the 21, that is Quentin Carpenter. Row 5 in the number 8, it's Maurice Burnett. The outside in the number 12, Ryan D. Cook. Row number 6 is going to be piloted down there by Scott Simley. The 7 on the outside. And the number 1, it is Cameron Stearns. Row number 7, piloted down there by E.J. O'Rourke in the 25. It is outside the number 27, that is Anthony Crownover. And row number 8, it is Charles Van Schaik in the 23, the outside, and then 26, Jeff Foudy. Row number 9, in the 43 is Samuel Hodorell. The outside, in the 24 is Cody Sturgill. Row number 10 is Dave Ritter, and the number 15, the 16, excuse me, the outside, and the 39, Kevin England. Our final stars today, in the number 21 spot, it'll be the 22 of Alan Wild. The Wild man back with us, and a wild set of drivers ready to go at it with us. Many drivers looking to bring it to the pace, bring it to the speeds, and bring it to the house today. Numerous amount of drivers ready on their feet and standing up with fans alike, ready to see it go at it. Strapped into the cars, ready to book it down the back stretch and then head for the front stretch, Hurdle Circle. This is going to be one heck of a run for these drivers. 90 laps to the distance. All fuel and strategy compounds to file in. Who will be able to rise above all else and who will be able to survive above the rest is all that determines on their half. We're about to find out, though, as they will reel them down off from turn number 3 into 4. Jack Coleman and McMillan waiting patiently for the initial start here, coming down from turn number 4. Lay him down with the flagman ready to wave him in. Time to get to the action. Time to get to racing here, ladies and gentlemen. 90 laps to the distance. Daytona. Showtime for your GOAT Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. Thursday nights. get a good roar out of the cars. Cars already trying to jibber and jabber and push their way up as front as they can. Every driver for themselves, and the car is definitely forcing them in some tight areas and some tough compact zones, trying to hustle and work their way through. Driving up a little bit to the top side, Jeff Ryan trying to get some help from the 99 Tommy Ryan. Family members right now trying to push their way to the front immediately, but Mac McMillan in number 3 taking the early lead. Or excuse me, the 5 I should say. As we got problems down there coming off the corners. Kevin England on the front straight away, the 127 Buffalo Wild Wings trying to square it back up at the track. Gets it out of shape and out of place, but manages to put it back in its spot. A bold move there, but a risky one. So many things could have gone wrong just by simply driving from that outskirt and then heading back inward to that mess. But he knew and he stayed on it. Stayed very close to the heart. Stayed close on the temper. Oh, trouble coming from the front straightaway there. Quentin Carpenter spinning right out of control. Drivers clashing and bashing from the front stretch. The 8 Maurice Burnett still in that mix. Every driver for themselves as we got the caution down on the track. Nasty little tumble there for the 21, unfortunately, but nowhere for him to go. We'll take a look at the Pizza Race TV Instant Replay and see what exactly transpired here. And judging by the way it looks here, looked like maybe coming down off that leg there. Looks like I'm seeing the 41 possibly. That's Dakota Kramer, yep, right there. Kramer catching the 21 off guard, then catch a few of the others off guard there. The 91, I seen him as well. Looks like he also kind of found himself in a bit of a bad spot. Just not a good area to be around at all there, and unfortunately that is what can happen in these kind of races. That was actually in the trying to get a number down there and trying to see if we can get a look. Looks like that was the 40. Well, that was the 41 of EJ O'Rourke that had started it. So a little bit confusion on the numbers there, guys. But here is the onboard camera. There you can just see the work has been done. O'Rourke definitely not going to be too thrilled about that one, unfortunately, but the Personal Comfort 41 machine back out for another display of raw power and action onto the track. Be interesting to see what exactly he can do with it, what he'll bring to the table, considering this is a long, long race for him and his style and the way he drives. But he has had a habit or two of winning on these kind of racetracks and winning in this very track. Memory serves you guys as well. He was ended up actually able to put himself in the top spot by simply just out racing and out commanding the field itself. We're going to line them back out on the track here in just a little bit. Currently, we got a lot of them in pit road. The only ones that really didn't go in there, Tommy Ryan, Dakota Kramer, Samuel Rell, and it looks like Quinn Carpenter and Maurice Burnett right now just trying to catch back up to get back up to the field here as the rest of the drivers now come to the stage. So Coleman, McMillan, Ryan, Jeff Ryan that is, Aaron Jackson, Ryan D. Cook, Charles Van Slyke, EJ O'Rourke, Anthony Crownover, Steph Audi, Cameron Stearns, Cody Sturgill, Alan Wild, Steve Ritter, Maurice Burnett, and all of them coming from the pit road side. Now looking to get at it with the drivers up ahead. So I have to apologize in advance. There are two 41s out on the track. The first one is a sim stamp number 41, which is Dakota Kramer, and then of course you have the custom number design. It's supposed to be the 25 VJ O'Rourke, but it is the 41 in this case. We're going to double them up this time by here. Going to back onto that front straightaway here. Field looking to not get complacent here. Looking to be very solid and smooth it out. I tell you what, right now, ladies and fans, these drivers, again, they know they've got a lot of racing laps to put in. They have a lot of time to scatter this track out. But to skewer the speed, to skewer the momentum, you really need to be careful on when and where you make your moves and where you make your marks. Hope that you can strive and conquer before it's too little too late, as they say. The drivers now got the picture. Now they know. Focus up. Start setting the track up and get ready to narrow it down on the gap. If you guys are watching, of course, the football games out there, again, welcome to the new season ahead. As for those that are tuning in to the broadcast for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning on in. We appreciate your support. I hope you guys do like and share the broadcast here. Like, follow us up on Facebook, and also subscribe on our PTM Race TV YouTube channel. It certainly helps out the page. Coming back down to that front straightaway here, line it back to the green flag. Here we go again. Green flag back on now. Let's get to it once more in Daytona. There we got 90 laps to the distance. You don't want to damage up your cars too much. You don't want to put yourself into any bad situations early. But again, you just want more and more to be able to just conquer and take down Daytona. Backing out quick. Mac McMillan getting out of the way. Gets right down the bottom and away from the drivers. Rolling them up on the back straightaway here. Rolling back through. Chad Coleman, the 38, pushing it quick and pushing it hard with Jeff Ryan behind. Dakota Kramer and them also in that hunt. Every driver for themselves. You'll hear me say that a lot throughout this broadcast, because the thing is, when you got a play track like this, you need to either work together or you best be figuring out ways to work off of somebody else. There are no in-betweens. There are no other ways to look around it. Focus in and focus hard. And don't let the other driver distract you from the main goals you set for yourself, as well as your drive to survive. DJ Ulrich right now doing much of that with Tommy Ryan, the 99. Jeff Ryan trying to get back up there as family member. Of 43 is Samuel Rell. We've seen him numerous times in this Next Gen Cup cars have just probably the worst luck out of anybody, really, except for maybe Aaron Action Jackson. Who, again, if you remember on our Saturday night Next Gen Cup car playoffs, they were extremely close to winning out at least a couple races, but never got their due and never got to get to the end of it. Also, I do apologize if we do have some frame rate issues, or we have anything kind of special kind of popping up on our end here. Again, we just had an update for iRacing just literally yesterday. New tracks, new stuff added on here. My favorite personally still probably is Kern County Speedways right now, with the dirt track as well as the asphalt oval. I'm generally appreciating them and liking them quite a bit, so definitely give it a chance. Check it out, iRacing, give it a chance. But of course, at a fame track like this, you just know you have to make your moves and make your moves wisely, because this track will take you down a few notches if you try to overpower it. I think what's interesting right now is just kind of looking at how the first 6 rows are. You can see the outside line trying to get working together, trying to dictate the pace, trying to roll through. And right now to me, it looks like Coleman might be honestly kind of planning a little bit further ahead of the race. Maybe trying to see if maybe he can kind of rally up his side of the end here. Look for openings when you can. Just try to make friends where you can get to as well. Before it's too little too late. We'll go on board with the old 012. This is Aaron Action Jackson. Starting up that car, draft up, pile, side set here. Moving up from the front of the pack, still in the back of the pack. So Kevin England right now, 13 spots up. Alan Wild, the hard charger today, 16 spots. Started from dead last in 21st, moving his way in. Charles Van Schuck not doing too bad either. Taking around the 15th spot, away from traffic, away from the messes, and waiting patiently for his opportunity to kind of nudge a few heads out of the way, bump a few spots down, and maybe rally up the troops and show them what they've got in their storyboards here. Cameron Stearns right now currently on our onboard camera here with the number 1. He started back at 12th, now he currently is in the 17th position, holding down whatever line he can as well. Obviously the momentum not quite in its favor, being this far back, but also don't want to try to overdo his power there. You get a little wake-up call there. Oh, speaking of a wake-up call, look out, coming from around the 3 there, Jeff Ryan and Aaron Action Jackson at 12. Take an early little slap and a little spat, and now it's a few words maybe about to be spitting on these drivers. Ryan D. Cook managing to escape ahead. The number 12 now moving into the race lead. Ryan D. Cook, though, having more problems. Look at this. Our Charger Central. The guy from Outhouse travels to the White House. Alan Wild's your new leader. Oh, man, you got to be believing that. A lot of drivers just turned their heads a little bit on that one. Jackson and Ryan right now trying to hurry back into this. They're going to need a caution. They're going to need a little bit of help from it. Scott Simley, the number 7 right now, side by side, looking to try and overtake 2 for the price of 1, but he can't quite get Ulrich to stop spouting up. On the front, oh no, that's trouble, we got problems there on the front straightaway. And I see the wild man involved in it as well. Your leaders have wrecked out, and Scott Simley managing to escape with that run. The track right now winning this one in terms of how many laps can they go before the insanity gets them. Look at it here, Ulrich yet again. Guess who? EJ Ulrich. And this time his move drifts up a little bit too quick there, Wild. Wow, caught off guard there, Dakota Kramer. It looks like Maurice Burnett yet again trapped in it. Oh, Kramer though, right on the back half there into that wall. That could not have felt like a good thing to feel, honestly. That had to have hurt. Take a look at his onboard camera here, guys. Watch this as he comes around here. Yeah, you can see too, he was even trying to wheel it off from there. He wanted to get it out. There are no limits on the fast repairs today. And I think honestly that might be the reason why a lot of these guys are just going full on aggressive mode right now, and I don't exactly agree with it. Just because you got unlimited repairs doesn't mean you should be driving like you got nothing left to lose this early, especially in this race. But then again, you know, I am maybe a little bit more conservative than anything else. I also could say that being a hypocrite, because I know I've had times where I've done the same thing these guys are doing. Kevin England right now going to be a race leader here. Steve Ritter, Ryan D. Cook, Seth Foudy, and Samuel Orell right now currently. Top 5 rolling back out on the track. So the field right now just currently sizing each other up, maybe getting a little bit of an idea what and who will be the next victim to try to outrun the pace and try to outmatch the field, or just completely decide to take their car and turning it into a demolition derby out there. You never know anymore. You just never know who is going to be bringing the speed and bringing the power. And then you just don't know, then you kind of wonder who's going to end up just completely destroying themselves out there. So right now, England gonna be the new leader. Although he's supposed to be driving the 127, we got him from the 39 today. Number 16 up there, that is Steve Ritter. I can at least confirm on that. The number 12 back behind him, Ryan D. Cook. There's the 26, Seth Foudy. And again, Foudy definitely not a driver I would not try to test too much on this kind of racing. Foudy has made very huge strides in the racing spots here for Go Racing League. And we'll see now if he can put it all to good use. And again, by trying to run it through with this kind of a field. The field has now lined themselves up for greatness or either for failure. That is up to them to decide. Only one thing is for sure. Nothing is for sure. Gonna troll him back around off of turn number 4 here. Steve Ritter and Kevin England, your two front runners. Bottom lane versus top lane. Which lane is the best starting position? Which one is the best finishing position? My opinion, both are as equal as can be, but the bottom lane does allow you for a little bit more wear and tear, a little more clip to kind of get from the back. But one wrong move, and all of a sudden now you're in trouble there. Green flag's out. Here we go again. Kevin England and Ryan D. Cook right out of the gate. Huge push in there from those two. But is that enough to kind of hold back this traveling pack here and this field looking to kind of take them down a few notches? Hard to really say. McMillan going back down low. Maurice Burnett, Cameron Stearns, Alan Wild, and Anthony Crownover laying low for the most part right now. Not a bad strategy if you ask me. Don't get yourself into any messes yet. Just kind of look towards the track, look towards the front. Find yourself a friend or two and then go completely berserk from there. Field's starting to kind of pack up a little bit and everybody now coming closer and closer together. They're racked up once more. Ryan D. Cook here currently trying to fight off the field. England not able to do so on the bottom. Has to hold up the mantle. The outside line right now. Very impressive. Yeah, very shocked to see it working as good as it needs to right now, honestly, because again, we saw it happen earlier. Try to push the legs up too much. Eventually, the car just cannot hold on anymore. Back stacking them up again once more. Wesley Donaldson, the number 91, making a little bit of a comeback tearing there as well here. Moved up. About 2 spots from where he originally qualified at, but he was hanging around back there a little while. Looking maybe to stay out of trouble and stay out of the way of people. He's got Scott Simley there, then Heineken, number 7, right up top. Just pulling his speed up and trying to push the power down. Got it fired in and rolling out once more. D. Cook back on the bottom lane. 70 laps remain in this one. Kevin England right now, the 127 starting to slowly but surely push and run his one up. Trying to get Ryan D. Cook to get a little bit of help to deal with the defending Samuel Rell. While at the same time, maybe trying to also become kind of a footnote in the team to help out when they needed to be most. Not a bad idea by any means, but again, extremely difficult to manage and master out here. 3 wide down from the front straightaway. That was a pretty good 3 wide battle. It's going to continue on. Bottom left of your screen, that is Tommy Ryan. Middle screen, that was, depending on who you're looking at, the 41/25 meter over. And then behind, you saw the little boy just going down. You saw the boy going around there. Yeah, the boys know what they need to do here, and they're trying to push their limits and push their luck up. Donaldson getting a lot of help from Orwork there. Now moves it in between with Steve Ritter. Ritter, this is especially impressive here early out of the gate. Not something we usually see out of him. Usually a lot more quiet, a little bit more clairvoyant, and a little bit more focused on his drills and his terms to work the best speed and the power into the car. Coming around the front straightaway once more, every driver for themselves, and you can just see too quickly how quick these guys will pack up the track and they'll just kind of stack themselves in, trying to hang on, trying to hold down the speeds. Coming around, looks like a little bit of movement. You see Allwork, Sports wrapped up in the matchup. Got kind of counterfeiting, kind of palin stop there. Went 3 wide into the pursuit. Now everybody trying to hang on. Jeff Ryan right now looking to maybe kind of hold her up to speed and looking to get back to the top spots here after what happened earlier there with him and the number 12 there in Action Jackson. I'm honestly kind of drawing a blank here on really who has the best kind of car and who has the best kind of run here, because honestly it seems like everybody pretty equal in their terms of speed, in terms of their momentum. And I had a jinx a little too soon there. Trouble out, turn 4. Cody Sturgill, Scott Simley, wrecked completely out of there. Refired, but stay green. Sturgill and Simley right now, not a happy set of campers here. They're wondering why did that caution not come flying out. I'm kind of with them. I'm surprised they went right by all the cars. The caution didn't fly out. I'm pretty sure that would have warranted it. But you know what? I guess that's how they're going to roll it. There are 2 green-white checkers. There are 3 sets of tires. They got 100% fuel for this race. They had a little bit of an interesting start to the race. Well, 20% on the dampness of the track. So the track obviously going to be a little bit more roughed up and cleaned up for the outside to use up. The bottom lane could eventually over time wear and tear out more than they needed to. And then of course 9 laps of the distance here. Definitely an interesting case study and a very intriguing little rundown of what could possibly go in and what could possibly come out of this race. Trolling right off the gate here. Look at Sammy Morrell. Looks like he finally got himself up there. Moves his way into the front spot. Dakota Kramer right back in with it as well. The 16 Steve Ritter though not giving an inch here. That's one thing you cannot do in these races is allow them to breathe. Allow them to have time to catch in there. Right around. Oh! Coming out turn 4 yet again. Huge wreck ensuing right off the turn. Caution this time is out. Multiple drivers in this wreck. Steve Ritter looks like he's going to have a major problem on his hands. That was a 16 you see, just completely with a destroyed front nose. Clipped right off, and looks like the entire tire rim as well being out of the track. He's getting right to work on the team there to get it fixed up. Let's take a look at the replay though. Nasty, nasty collision coming off that turn. See right here, looks like Ritter pushing hard on Kramer. Kramer, big run coming up and rail. Then all of a sudden, bam! Oh! I get deja vu to Ryan Blaney down there actually from that race on this very same track. And if you really want to go back, I could get some flashbacks to something else I really don't even want to think about, but that was definitely a hard hit, to say the least there. It honestly kind of mirrored what happened in real life too, so I guess you could say it really truly does mimic, simulation does really mimic real life in this case. See the push just a little too hard. Then, as they say, all heck breaks loose. Ritter right now currently trying to get the damage cleaned up on the car. Everybody else heading for pit road 2 with him. Sam Morrell right now currently looking to try to lead this field in and try to lead this group back up onto the podium spots and on the top spot here today. Hasn't been able to do it yet. Nearly halfway done with this race, coming from pit road, Ryan D. Cook. Very interesting strategy here. Opted to go into pit road to get it out quickly. Looks like he only took fuel and pretty much let out the rest. Everyone else taking tires and fuel, except for McMillan and Fouty. Those are the only ones that decided to obligate to wait for now. Perhaps interesting strategy, a bold strategy, but will it be a good one? That's the biggest thing. 60 laps still to go in this race. Well, here we go. Line it back up, double them up, and ready to roll it back to the track. This could get interesting here. The field is now creeping and crouching and crawling their way right into position. Ryan D. Cook looking to keep the momentum going, looking to get himself back into the top spots. He hasn't been there in quite some time. This would certainly help, and it'd be an interesting dilemma to see him pull it off. Roll him right off from turn number 4 back to that front straightaway here, looking for the flights to flicker back on. Drop the green down, and here we go again. Green flag back out. Straight line shot, big move off the run. Mac McMillan, beautiful corner down. Now here comes the 0-12 of Aaron Action Jackson. He actually did go with the 0-12 too. He didn't just get the 12, he got the 0-12. Gliding right back into the pace here now. The driver's starting to go single file here. Looks like maybe they're trying to watch themselves, trying to watch for an opening. Or maybe just get a kick in the dark, get a shot out of their pants. I don't even know what the heck I just said there, but we'll just kind of roll with it. McMillan, still your race leader. Jackson, Fouty, England, Cook, top 5. A whole lot of tough guns to come and a whole lot of speedsters ready to boost it up. O'Rourke, Tommy Ryan, Cody Sturgill, Charles Van Sykes, Sammy Morrell. They're all part of that. Same with Maurice Burnett at times. He knows how to run a plate truck or two sometimes. That's what Cody's trying to figure out at this moment. Ultimately, though, when you're put against everything on the clock and you have nothing left to lose, what do you decide to do? If anything, I would say that's probably what's going to start trouble up today, is when they feel like they have nothing left to lose and everything to gain. There's a lot of crazy things you'd be surprised what a person will do just to survive out in this kind of climate, in this kind of world. Rolling back right through during Action Jackson right now, coming up close there with McMillan. He's got a whole lot of speed and a whole lot of power, but he's got a lot of heavy hitters too trying to take them down. Well, they always say these broadcasts, these play races, do not loosen your bond with another driver. Build a friendship, build a relationship, build whatever you got to do, just to make sure you're a part of this. Just to make sure you have a chance. Bringing it back here, we're almost halfway done with this race, and you have just been looking on. Numerous drivers fighting for everything they can and driving for every purpose they got. Rolling it off from the center point, making it onto the track on the sides here. Jackson, Fouty, Cook, and O'Rourke looking deeper and deeper into the spaces here. at the moment, it looks like we got two groups going down right now. Looks like right up ahead, Tommy Ryan, Scott Simley, Alan Wild, Dan Morrell, Charles Van Schaik, Jeff Ryan, Rick Burnett, Cameron Stearns right now. Every one of those drivers, they are currently in a bit of a pickle, to put it nicely here. Or as I said, they're a bit of a pickle because they can't get the speed back up where they are right now. So they got two options: hope for the lucky cautions, or hope for the brakes, or they're gonna need to make some drastic measures in the pit road stops and hope that's enough to stay ahead of these guys. Almost halfway done. And so far, McMillan leading out a good majority of the laps, leading through the pace and starting to keep his control of the car. Little trouble again there, coming down from the brackets. More trouble. And it looks like it's Jeff Ryan, Charles Van Schaik this time. Completely missed off our camera here, and we weren't even able to catch it till it's too little too late. Let's see what happens. Steve Ritter, by the way, out of the race here. What unfortunate situation for him. Nothing he can really do about what happened, though, when he got right in there with Kramer. Scott Simley and Samuel just kind of clipping up Simley, getting clipped up there. Van Schaik trying to get out of that mess. Got slammed by the 99, then smacked by the 8 of Maurice Burnett. Every driver is trying to avoid more conflict, more issues here. Not quite how they had scavenged that out. As repeats in race 2 vs 3 replay presented by the Go Racing League. So right now, your Go Racing League Next Gen Cup Series on this Thursday night edition. Have a little bit of fun, putting on a little bit of a show, seeing where they can do and what they can bring to the table. Such an interesting display so far. We'll see what happens from here on out. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, halfway done with this race now. All eyes are on the top spots and the top lineups here, just trying to survive and conquer in this one. Just nothing you can do with these kind of racing styles here. It's really just a matter of point A to point B kind of moments here. Those that strike and can specify this can hang on. Green flag back right on through. Here we go again. Strategy's building up right now. 3 white salutes in between Sammy Morrell and EJ O'Rourke moving quick. Back behind now. On the bottom to the top. Steph Bowdy staying in there as well. 9 spots up, 14 spots. Cody Sturgill, hard charger right now on that end of the front. And he's been trying so hard to also get a race win after so long out of that spotlight. All bets are off when you get late into this. A little smack in the back there. Looked like that was Harrell and O'Rourke getting into it, unfortunately. Nowhere for them to run and hide off to. Maurice Burnett also now trying to stay out of trouble. McMillan dropping it down low under the yellow. We'll let him pass. We'll let him corner out. Chad Coleman looking very smooth and very strategic in his approach here. Needs to stay on that nose, stay on that focus right now. Any drive will do here, and any kind of move here from point A to point B will definitely make a difference. But again, to get there, you have to pretty much kind of lock that car up with someone else's and hope it's enough to just get enough of a draft, enough of a bit of a push to kind of stick with it. Driver right now kind of striking along, kind of scratching in between right now. Looks like some of them even kind of locked up behind the guy here. Anthony Crownover and McMillan. Mac McMillan right now currently stretched out a bit. Charles Van Slyke, Kevin England also in there, and Jeff Ryan and Tommy Ryan way back from the gap. Not very sure why they got struck left there, maybe why they were kind of moved in position. But whatever the case may be, it is not looking too good for them if they keep going the way they're going. They're going to need to hope for a bit of a break and hope for a bit of help here. Oh, 3 wide and right off the gate here on the back stretch. That's 21 of Quentin Carpenter, representing the lone Canadian side of things today. Went right up head-to-head against Sturgill and Cody and Harrell there. Man, talk about making moves and taking names when you can. Make the run and drive it from here. Nowhere is safe, and everywhere in between is scary to drive to. That's the thing, though, about this track. The thing about this place, its history, its lifespan, and all that encompasses it. It just completely mesmerizes yourself and mesmerizes this kind of racing into an all-out display of performance and control. coming right back around right off the here. You can see every driver just trying in that top 10 half, trying to see where the best angle and where the best opportunity is going to go to here. 13 right now are on the pace to make it to the front, make it to the lead. Meanwhile, everyone behind them struggling at this point. Scott Simley, one of them as well. Steve Ritter out of the race. Simley saw earlier on get into a bit of a nasty collision course, a bit of a nasty little hit. And amidst that, just couldn't quite get the car in place where he needed to, or in the spot where he wanted it to. Dakota Kramer right now. Looks like he maybe kind of find himself into the old pacing out and kind of drive it from here kind of spot. Got a great onboard camera there from Kramer. You can just see how intensifyingly crazy it is just to be anywhere near a driver, let alone that kind of speed, that kind of power, and that close to one another. Whoa, Colt's kind of there. Dakota Kramer kind of shot down in the middle there between Maurice Burnett as well as the 91. Wesley Donaldson almost took Burnett really out of his spot, down to the shot lane here. Knows he needs to draft, knows he needs to get a bit of a push going, but again, he can't overdo it. He's got to be careful about that, but he sure is working towards it. Climbing around right now. Surprise, surprise, honestly, Ryan D. Cook's actually been able to hold off the race lead here for as long as he has so far. And again, I say surprising because, again, we see with other drivers earlier on, they'll take the lead early for a little while, then they kind of have to find themselves in a bit of a bad spot or a bit of a bad template or light here. Pulling away a little bit. Kramer right now back behind the number 8 of Maurice Burnett, trying to see if maybe he can double up a little, build power up. Every driver right now just looking for that one opening, that one brief amount of a chance to just take a jump up to the front. controlling right up ahead here. You can see now lap traffic just up in the spot. Tommy Ryan, the 99, can't be too thrilled about that. But now almost a 3-wide encounter ensues. Maurice Burnett, huge run up there. Huge big jump to the bottom. And for the first time in a while, Maurice Burnett taking full control. Well endowed, made it ahead of Ryan D. Cook, and man took a full amount of speed to it. Whoa, trouble there, Bill from the front stretch. Back on the back stretch, Burnett, and once again Kramer trapped in the mix and into a bad spot there. And once more, another hit comes to blow. What on earth are these drivers going to be able to do at this point? They can't seem to keep themselves out of control. And now they can't seem to find themselves a way out of that issues. Taking a look at it. Well, I think Kramer right here is trying to make a move to the bottom. Thought he had a shot here. Then he went way too late. Got cooked. Then got Burnett. Burnett cannot be a happy camper about that. But Kramer, I mean, really, in my opinion, he had a chance. He lifted it way too late. And that ended up giving the unfortunate truth of the matter. For today, you got two drivers, and yourself is included there, out of this race pretty much, barring any cautions actually can come back out. 20 laps to go though. Starting to be a lot harder to get around, I'll say that much. Cook, Jackson, Carpenter, Coleman, Foudy, your top five right now. Out of that bunch, Foudy, your top charger there. 11 spots up. Ryan D. Cook going 9 straight up. With seemingly no disregard for what could happen next. And now the single file draft becomes into fruition, becomes into play. Again, they have to though because of how tough it will be. At this point right now, it's all about just who lasts out and who can just make it or break it. Till caution came out as usual there. Man, I can't stop giving the old broadcaster curse out here, guys. Oh my. I do apologize if I'm kind of missing out a little bit on the spot here. McMillan right now is the one that brought the caution out. I swear it's not intentional, just having some issues on my end here. To kind of catch the action here. New update kind of changed a few things, so we're working on it. Looks like Sam Morrell. I'm not sure what happened there between him and the 127 and Kevin England, but that's what sparked this issue here. Nasty hit there, unfortunately. See if we get another look at it here from another shot. Let's see. There you go. You got Kevin England there, kind of rolling up. Catches him completely off guard. Then comes the big hit and comes the big wreck that follows in suit. Either way, a nasty, nasty collision there, unfortunately, and a very entropitous situation for one Samuel Harrell, who now has to find a way to catch back up in all of this again. A lot of drivers heading to pit road here. Interesting plan player. Charles Van Schaik staying out. So is the number 3 Jeff Ryan. Not that I blame him, but Schaik looks like right now he's just trying to get his lap back. So is 2 of Jeff Ryan, but again, he's so many laps down at the moment. He could be pretty much kind of out of this completely here in terms of this race. Back from pit road right now, EJ O'Rourke going to bring out the number 25/41 ahead of the field. And again, when I say one number, it means sim stamped, which means iRacing put the number on there themselves, the design you chose, or you could get the custom number design, and that is what we're seeing right now, and that's why it's so confusing to kind of remember that we have that 41 down there, and then we have Kramer's 41, so it's a lot to take in, but that's just part of racing. Down that front straightaway, green flag, restart zone. Here we go once more, and it's time to see what these drivers can do with the laps remaining. EJ Orwork right now looking to do what he needs to do, which is just keep this race lead intact, keep its spot up for grabs. Quentin Carpenter right on the bottom lane right now, holding his line there with Ryan D. Cook on the outside. Coleman, Sturgill, Crownover, and Alan Wild and all them, they are mixing it together, pushing their luck and pushing the limits. Crownover, trapping up on the outside, trapping his way in. Every driver for themselves right now is Ryan D. Cook, and right at the moment, Aaron Action Jackson, battle of the 12s. The 0-12 and the 12. Working together to bring it on in to the field and to the site. Oh dear, this is a good little speed boost here. Ryan Cook jumping it right in perfect position, got Jackson to the race lead and got himself just in the nick of time. Now to shoot the draft off and see what he can do with it. Gotta be careful about that though, you don't want to over push too much here. I mean, you want to try to build the speed up as much as you can, keep that power up, but there's also a fine limit you have to watch out for, and I think these drivers are well aware of that. Building up the speed yet again right now. Quentin backed up with the number 26, Seth Fouty. He's got the 91 though. Wesley Donaldson down below him. And then of course EJ O'Rourke right up ahead of him. Just on the very bottom tits of the lane. O'Rourke has already been involved in numerous crashes today and in a lot of trouble, unfortunately. He's been trying so hard to stay out of it. Stay off the wall, stay off a driver, stay off another anything. Just been smack dab, really messing his entire field strategy up, to say the least. Back over there, Coleman got out of the route, got out of the lane there for just a sec, manages to pull it back in before it's too little too late. But really at what cost too? Quentin Carpenter right now currently holding down his lane. Doesn't want anything to do with Fouty here, and he's running out of laps. Coming up between the field here, Jackson and Cook. Looks like they might have found a way to work together here and coexist just to get to the final edges of this race. Well, they got company as well. O'Rourke now just doing what he does best. Move through and get him plowed in. Whoa! And almost get himself into a little bit of trouble. Jackson, oh, he's not going to take it this time. O'Rourke got clipped this time. And O'Rourke, hang on, oh boy, trying to get the speed back up and keep the trap. Trying to slow down a couple of them to keep up with it. Looked like Jackson this time saw what happened in previous race moves. Looked like he just flat out took O'Rourke and said, you're not shutting me down like that. Credit where credit's due though, they stayed green, they did not wreck, they did not get caution out, they stayed green. Pumping up the brakes right now with 17 laps to go. Those accelerators are getting awfully hot. They're getting awfully warm. I wonder if they'll be able to keep themselves in a draft line like this if they're in the one in the back, because again the filter system does not translate very good to this. X marks the spot though for some of these guys, and then X marks the spot for a huge wreck ensuing. Trouble coming off from the corner. Oh, that's a nightmare. There's trouble. There's trouble. There's multiple drivers involved in this one. Caution finally out. Holy smokes, what an absolute mess there. What on earth happened there? Oh my goodness. Taking another look at it. Saw just barely what happened earlier with some of these guys. Now you see what happens on the other side of the coin. We knew that England was going to be a very aggressive driver here, but looking at it from this angle, that's crazy. It's crazy to believe. Then you have just completely destroyed by that 7 there of Scott Simley. I don't think really added on to the scenery there. One more look at it. And then there you see the big hit there on the 7. Ouch. Just took a nasty hit there. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anywhere for him to go either, so he really only had one choice, and that was just basically hold on and embrace it, because it was not going to feel good, and he knew it too. It's only 15 laps remaining when they get back on to the track here from pit stop. Cycles up. This could get interesting. Pace car rolls off the track side here yet again. 13 laps left to go here in Daytona. Who will it be and who's taking it home? Time to figure this one out. Green flag back up. What's more? Here we go. Packed up and racked in. Yellow out again though. Caution's out on the track. Another problem out on the track here, unfortunately. Looks like it might be Seth Foudy here. That is, yep, that looks like it's going to be the situation. Kind of getting ourselves all wrapped up and ready to go for what was about to come, and all of a sudden things just hit again. See if we get a camera here. It looks like got backed up a bit. Oh, ouch! Oh! In fact, took a huge hit there, unfortunately. Took a wild little nose turn and a dive in between. Nothing they could do about it, unfortunately. And really, when you get smacked in the back like that, that speed, that power, it completely knocks the wind right out of you. It's very fortunate, though, it was only himself he took with the wreckage. The way it sounds like right now Foudy may not be able to make it back out there, so things are now going to change up a little bit, and they're going to get very, very interesting here as they start pulling things back together in the track. now it looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. 9 laps left to go. Ryan D. Cook, your race leader, Chad Coleman, looking to try to outsmart and maneuver him. Catch him off guard, as they say. The chances couldn't have run and be better or any higher than perhaps what they see now. Pace car has now patrolled out on the track and surfaced up. Here we go once more. Time to figure out where we go from here and who takes this one home. Green's back out. 9 laps. Can they get it to 9 laps? It's going to be one long road here right now in the field currently. Up ahead. EJ Allwork immediately back quickly driving hard there with the number 3 at Duff Ryan. Ryan lap down already, so it really doesn't matter what he does. Pushing up against each other, Cody Sturgill. Oh boy, that was a move right there. He tried to hurry and rush it. Try to get some momentum kicked up. He'd end up getting himself trapped on the bottom and then in the middle of it. And now he finds himself on the receiving end of possibly getting himself into even worse issues if he's not careful. Rewind back yet again. EJ O'Rourke right now trying to push ahead of the 27 crown over. Time. Oh! Running out. Now there's trouble again. Looks like Wild goes for a ride and takes a nasty tumble. Everybody else trying to get out of it as well. And O'Rourke does not look too thrilled about this one. And by gosh, I would not agree with any more or less with him. Alan Wild also probably not a happy camper after everything he's been through this day. Take another look at this one, race fans. They went full ho-hum for this part here. Just gave that push. And then clipped up just as they're running off turn 2 there. What a horrible disaster, unfortunately, ensuing down there for theirs. But mainly those 2 drivers. Well, at this point, if we get too far with this, we'll be ending with Speedway checker attempts. We know how those usually are with this kind of racing, but only 2 will be granted. So that is a big thing to kind of watch out for. We're going to bring him right off from turn number 4 here, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 laps to go. This is their golden opportunity, top 5 on your screen, to prove this one throughout. One big opportunity is set in stone here. Who wants it more? Can they stay clean to the green? We'll find out. Green flag drops. Here we go. Let's set him for 4 more. Oh, they are strapped up, they are racked up, and they're in trouble. Look out, big trouble. They're coming from turn number 1 and 2. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I did say this could get interesting, and it happens again. What a nasty collision this one was, ladies and gentlemen. Nasty spot to be put into. Take a look at the replay here. Just got racked up, and there you see Sturgill trying to make a move off on that one there. And no go, and then all of a sudden everything else just completely taken for a ride there. Yeah, see, I think that was Cameron Stearns there that had received the hit. One more look at it from another angle. Just looked like Jackson couldn't quite get the car rolling. Then all of a sudden Sturgill thought maybe he had a move and then just rolled it off and took him for the ride. Everybody else trying to get out of there. Dakota Kramer just clept him. England clept himself as well, as the parts flew off from the cars and onto the track. Not exactly what these drivers were hoping for. That was your PTM Race TV Instant Replay, presented in part by our friends at GOAT Racing League. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now here's how it works. 2 green-white checker attempts. First one will be tried. If we can't get to the line, then we're going to give him one more chance. Just a mere 2 laps left to go. Green-white checker attempts. we go. The time has come. First of two green-white checker attempts. Big opportunity right now for Ryan D. Cook and Maurice Burnett to make it or break it in such a crazy situation, in such a such a tough, long road that they fought, scratched, and clawed to get to. Here we go. All eyes on these drivers for one more set. Perhaps green flag is out. Top 5 on your screen for the final legs this run. Rolling it back on that back straightaway. Nobody is going to be giving it anything less but straight power and consistency and control. But which one can hang on? 2 laps left. Now about turn to 1 to go. Can they get it to the white flag before they get too crazy with this? They're holding it down. White flag's coming out. They're going to crash a little bit. They are destroying each other coming from the front half. Van Shystern's getting mashed up in that mix up there. England and all them as well. Running them through down front turn number 2. Tommy Ryan, big shootout. Ryan D. Cook trying to fight him. Back behind him. A huge wreck ensues. Chad Coleman's completely gone. Darren Jackson, big push coming on the backstretch. Here comes the 5 of McMillan. Big shot. Sends up into the wall. 3 wide. Does not look good. Tommy Ryan's all alone. Dakota Kramer the last to catch him. Coming down through turn number 3 to 4. Tommy Ryan, the 99, is going to sneak one by and take it from the Kramer to the win. Quentin Carpenter going to go into 3rd. 4th down the Wild Man Wild. And Wesley Donaldson, if he can get it through, no, he's not going to get through. Anthony Kronover is going to get it down to the finish. What a race. There is your race winner, the 99, the Tommy Ryan, with a huge final run. Just when he needed it most. What a big win for that 99 team. That camp there definitely needed to build up all the speed and all the endurance that they could, just to try to get it out into the spot and try to get it into that spot, into that area. You know what's crazy earlier too, I looked like earlier on he was not even going to be able to make it for all the craziness that happened, but somehow, someway he is successful at it. Tommy Ryan, your winner, Dakota Kramer 2nd, 3rd, Quentin Carpenter, Alan Wild going to go 4th, Anthony Kronover going to go 5th, Wesley Donaldson 6th, 7th to Charles Van Schaik, 8th to Kevin England, 9th Chad Coleman, Brian D. Cook, just barely edged out once again. What a tough break there for him and everyone else that was so close to getting it to the end, but I think Cook was really hoping for this one. Such a long road to just come up empty-handed. Time to listen into your top 3 drivers here in just a second. think by now you'd think I got all this figured out, but no, I'm a little bit rusty sometimes. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Top 3 now. Joining us here on the call, Quentin Carpenter going to join us first in the number 21 camp. And Quentin, congratulations taking it home third for this one. Earlier on, seemed like you had a few drivers kind of hustling, bustling you a little bit. It looked like you kind of get nudged around there. How hard was it just to try to keep this car online, let alone in that draft here in Daytona?
Yeah, the new car is not ideal after the update, but still made it happen, and it was just a little tough to get used to after not running any practice or anything in the draft, and but we made it happen in the end.
Make it happen in the end here. Now I know, obviously getting really late into this drive and a little late in the series here, but for you and this team, I mean, really, what is going to be the biggest step up for you to get further along in the series and maybe even to take home some race wins?
Yeah, really, I just can't. I need to race more than once a week, honestly. But I just need to practice more and put some more time in the sim. But honestly, I enjoy just racing every once in a while, and it's nice to finally get a top 3 at least.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Quinn, man, how do you want to thank you for this third place today?
Yeah, I'd like to thank just honestly my family and everyone that supports me doing this stuff, and I guess I don't really have any sponsors, but and everyone that runs the league and stuff. It's been a great thing to be a part of, and I appreciate showing up every week and everyone that's a part of it.
For sure there, Quentin, man. Congratulations taking on home for the third place position.
Thank you.
Quentin Carpenter, ladies and gentlemen. Taking home a solid third place today. Coming away second place today, though, just out of the speed and extra endurance he was able to fire out. Dakota Kramer coming home with a solid second. Dakota, been a long time since we really heard from you in that podium position, and today it looked like you were going for it all, and just unfortunately you just didn't have enough time to catch Ryan there to the line. What was going through your mind there in that one?
Well, I wish it was Talladega, then I would have had him. But, yeah, I haven't really been racing very much because I don't like these cars. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looked like it was a bit hard there at times to kind of stay neutralized, stay kind of on your nose and on your shot there. But nevertheless, for you and this team, I mean, obviously you haven't been able to visit a podium in a while. You haven't had a chance to really take a feel of this in quite some time. Does this kind of feel like what you've been really needing to kind of get that extra kick boost, a little bump to kind of get yourself more in line with what you're after these seasons?
It's Daytona, so not really. Just want to thank my team and Goat Goat Racing and Goat Diecast, man, and go buy some diecast off of them, man. He's got good deals.
Certainly does indeed. Dakota Kramer, congratulations taking it on home for second place today.
Thank you.
Dakota Kramer, ladies and gentlemen. A solid second place for him today, but today the man that's going to come out on top, the big 99 himself, Tommy Ryan. And Tommy, I don't even know what to say, bud. I mean, you literally looked like from the start of this race, looked like you were going to get kind of trapped in the backer packer and getting kind of rolled out. Then you lost Jeff there early into the race. I mean, from there, what was really kind of the game plan or mindset? It seemed like you two were really trying to work with each other and try to get yourself kind of cooped up there to help out for the rest of the race.
Yeah, it was just trying to stay out of trouble. I got in a couple incidents there. Damage wasn't too bad. Obviously got it fixed up, and yeah, it was just trying to avoid everything and trying to get track position back, which I finally ended up getting. But I got really lucky there on that last wreck. He was all into the right rear of my car. About got hooked. But yeah, it's just a stay out of trouble game.
Stay out of trouble game, and all around, I mean, this 99 team, always fast, always tough to kind of team around and face up against, but ever since, nevertheless, I should say, I mean, this is pretty much got to be a big win for you and the crew. I mean, I would think it's this Daytona after all.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always always thrilling to win at a racetrack that's called Daytona. So it's hard to win these things because everybody's so even, and you just gotta get yourself in position and hopefully have some help around you, which I had there at the end. But it was a good one, but too many cautions, but part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it indeed. Nevertheless, Tommy, who do you want to thank you for this one?
811 big Northern Tool and Equipment, and Charles putting on the show, and you doing the broadcast. So it's a good time. Appreciate it.
For sure there, Tommy. Good to hear from you again. Congratulations, bringing it home to victory lane.
Thank you.
Tommy Ryan, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner today to close out the night. Thank you again to Go Racing League for their support and everyone that showed up today. We're always here at Beats Race TV. A big thank you to them. We'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies on the show.